Here's what really troubles me. You know, I go to the council, I've been going there for the last 8 years, and here it is, I got a documentation where the city council had requested to me to have Rick Torres, who agreed to look into my unjust termination, to give him an affidavit. I've given the city an affidavit, given them the okay as of March 4th, that Rick Torres has the right to look into my allegations and to refer this information to the rest of the city council pertaining to my unjust termination. This was on March 4th. To this day, I have not gotten a response from the city in terms of turning over these documents. And it's a shame and a disgrace that I have to go through all of this. It also bothers me is that, you know, you talk about going to the courts and you talk about going to the courts to get justice. It bothers me that here it is, you have a state court in Bridgeport who basically ruled in favor of the Labor Board for conspiring to violate my civil rights, which you can look on my website, www.cecilyoung.com, and you will see on my website everything that I said and everything that was submitted to the court. Yet and still, you have a Superior Court judge in Main Street, Judge Richards, who ignored that evidence and basically dealt with evidence pertaining to my doctor's note as being insufficient and unillegible, which was not the case. I got terminated for not coming to work when I've shown on my website documentation that I did come to work. And it bothers me that I had to pay an attorney over $15,000, Attorney John Williams from New Haven, to appeal this matter before the appellate court. And as they went before the appellate court reinforces the cover-up by these state and city officials by violating my rights by unjustly terminating me. You know, when you think about going to the court and you think about the justice that you're supposed to be getting for speaking out about unjust matters, and here it is, you got the Supreme Court likewise, who basically went along with the same thing, which is basically ignoring the evidence. And I'm saying to anyone who sees this video, would you please go to my website, www.cecilyoung.com. You will see in my file a letter in black and white saying the reason why I was terminated because I allegedly did not come to work as of March 16th, 2006. I've been out of work now some 8 years under doctor's care, and I'm still under doctor's care as a result of me being harassed, being intimidated, caused me to have to seek medical attention for an unjust termination matter, and it bothers me that the Supreme Court likewise went along with the same thing. It also bothers me is that when you go to court, they oftentimes tell the jurors, suspected jurors, that you're not supposed to judge the case on what a person looks like, or whether you like the person, or whether you think the person looks well, and all of the above, but you're supposed to judge based on the evidence. I'm troubled over the fact that here it is, you got 3 courts, on the local level, state level, and on the appellate court level, and on the Supreme Court level, that every one of them agreed with the Labor Board's decision, who conspired to violate my civil rights. You will see on my website too, these Labor Board persons, one of them, Mr. Mike Cohen, committed fraud. I have that on my website. Mr. Gerald Weiner, who is the chairman of the State Labor Board, violated my medical benefits being denied me. You will see that on my website as well. You know, I wrote the governor, I wrote other officials. To this day, no one seems to want to respond to this. You know, it troubles me as a taxpayer why we can't get our government to practice what they preach. And this is the reason why I'm speaking out the way I'm speaking out. And I would hope that anyone who heard anything that I said about these matters will please go to my website and see if whether or not I'm telling the truth. And I'm asking that anyone who sees any of these city council members who I've been going through for the last 8 years, to ask them, why have they not looked into these matters? Why have they not gotten back with me pertaining to my unjust termination? After working with the city for over 27.5 years, it is a disgrace in America that I can be violated to the degree that I have been. I've never had a problem with termination. I have never had a problem with my records in terms of me going to work. And it's a shame and a disgrace that after 27.5 years, I can be terminated because they claimed that my doctor's note was unillegible. Now, you know how doctors write notes, and that basically get rid of me because of so-called doctor's notes, when that wasn't the case. When they said that they was not going to honor my doctor's note, I automatically said I need to go to work to avoid me being outright terminated because of the complaints that I filed as a whistleblower pertaining to public health concerns at the health department, which they had dug up dirt and had left there for kids to play on. And as a result of that, I was told by Dr. Evans at the time, who was the health director, that she got a call from the mayor, she got a call from the Strata Public Works Director, saying, Dr. Evans, Mr. Young made you look like a fool, Dr. Evans. What are you going to do? And she came at me with vengeance as a result of that. Ended up also likewise firing my supervisor, Jean, likewise, because who would not go along with her by saying that she warned me about me so-called doing what? I'm asking that the U.S. Attorney's Office, the feds, anyone who I've made complaints with about this matter, if you find that anything I said pertaining to these people is not true, I say by all means, please lock me up. Please charge me with misleading the public if that's the case. Because ain't no way in the world that in America in 2014 that a person can be treated the way I have been treated in terms of not honoring all the years of my public service. There is nothing in my file for the last 27 years about my attendance, about my work, about anything other than the fact that I had the tenacity to want to speak out about public health concerns that affect us all. And I'm pleading with anyone who sees this video on YouTube to please ask these council members, ask the governor to look into these matters, because no one is above the law. And to have these judges ignore the evidence, it wonders to me, are they covering up for these folks? Because that's definitely what it's going to show if you look at these files. Please ask and look on my website, www.cecilyoung.com, and you will see everything I said. You can back it up in black and white on my website. And if anything I said is not true, please by all means to the feds. If you make a statement and make a complaint and it's not true, you're supposed to be charged with perjury. Okay? And I say charge me with perjury if anything I said I can't back up. It is all on my website, and I can repeat it 24/7. So please, to the public and whoever may see this, help me get the word out. Help me get someone that will look at these allegations. I'm not a terrorist. I'm not a troublemaker. I'm not an agitator. I am an activist who have been speaking out for the last 50 years on behalf of people's concerns. Black, white, Puerto Rican, Jew, what have you. And in America, we should not be allowed to be persecuted for speaking out about unjust acts that's been going on with people like myself. We can go overseas and other places and say give them their rights, respect their rights to whatever they may be concerned about. But yet and still here in America, my rights are being violated by people that look like you and me. So I say to the public, please do not believe anything I said. Go on my website, www.cecilyoung.com. I hope the U.S. Attorney's Office, who referred my information to the feds, will please make this matter a priority and give me the justice that I've been denied, that has caused me great physical, mental harm that I probably will never recover from as a result of me going through what I have to go through and my family has been through as a result of my rights being violated. Thank you very much for hearing my concern. Again, as I said before, don't listen to what I'm saying and agree with it. Go to my website and you will see that everything I said here is truth. It's the whole truth and nothing but the truth. So help me God. Thank you for listening to me, and I hope that you will do it such. Have a good day.